Welcome back. We're here to pull cards for November the 19th. I am going to be pulling one card for overall energy and one card for each sign, and we'll look at how those energies meld together to get our predictions for each sign during the day. Going to be important for you guys to listen to the overall energy and the meanings of that card because I'm not going to go over that again for every single sign. I'm just going to tell you what I'm interpreting. And if you're okay with just knowing what I'm interpreting and what I'm getting, that's cool. If you're trying to learn the tarot, then you probably want to know what I'm thinking, what I'm hearing, what I'm feeling as I look at the cards as they pull up for the overall as well. Okay, so overall energy is showing up as the Tower. Okay. Yippee skippy. All right, well, that surprised me. Um, So let's talk about this tower. The tower talks about the idea that something that makes us feel secure and stable, something that we think could probably last indefinitely, is suddenly and unexpectedly removed from our experience. Now, when this first happens, this can kind of take our breath away and knock the feet out from underneath of us. This is definitely eclipse type of energy. And we have eclipse energy playing out. We are past the peak of it, but we still have it finishing up and wrapping up over the next 5 to 6 months. So anyway, ba-ba-da-da. When we look at the long story of the tower, generally what's happening is something that we've gotten very comfortable with and started to stagnate in, whether it's a situation, an employment, a relationship, whatever. We've got into something that now we're stagnating, we're not growing anymore. And so Spirit wants us to always be having new experiences and growing. And so they will kick that thing that makes us feel so secure and so stable that we won't continue to look for new ways to grow anymore. They'll kick that right out of our lives to get us out there looking for that next new experience, that next new adventure, that next new growth. So by the end of the story, when you find something that replaces whatever that was that brought that sense of security that got removed, you're actually in a better space than where you were before. So, long story is actually has a happy ending. The short version of the story is a little bit breathtaking until you realize that there's more chapters still to come. Okay, so that's the tower in a nutshell. I don't know how much of a nutshell, but that's the tower. Now, let's look at each sign. Aries. Nine of Cups coming up in reverse. Aries, I think you guys are the ones that are causing this tower situation in your life. You're causing some type of major shakeup because you're dissatisfied with this. You're recognizing that, I'm not happy here. I'm not growing. I'm not moving forward. I'm not expanding. It's time for me to shake this up. So this tower situation for you, Aries, is very much in your control. You're the one motivated to make this change here. So you're making a major shakeup because you want things to be better in your life. You want things to be more satisfying and fulfilling in your life. So you're making a major shakeup or a major change here. Good for you, Aries. Taurus, Chariot coming up in reverse. Okay, so this could be something coming up with a vehicle. For those of us with Taurus placements, this could be some of us coming up with a vehicle or some mode of transportation that, or even a means of communication that suddenly has some kind of issue that we need to take care of and fix so that it can move forward in a better way. All right. Gemini, Five of Swords showing up here. Geminis, this actually is talking about a relationship with somebody else, and there's a fight, an argument, a debate happening. And this fight, argument, or debate does cause the tower situation. So this can end up being um, having kind of an explosive ending. This fight or debate. So really important to make whatever change you need to make, but I don't think that you want to make this change if you can help it in a fired up way that leaves people's feelings hurt and that type of thing. So if you've got a situation where there's a argument or debate that's happening, then you want to try to step back and sort of cool off, look at this logically, and handle it in a logical way instead of in a way that you could have regrets later on. Okay? Not saying don't make the change, just saying make it without being hurtful if you can. Okay? Now, Cancers. King of Swords showing up here with our Tower card and the overall Cancers. I do think you've got a King of Swords type of personality in your life who is going through some type of major shakeup or change. Um, if you want to hear the rest of the Tower interpretation, please go back to the beginning of the video. But this is somebody who is very analytical. They are very detail oriented. They like to make sure everything makes sense before they move forward. They can take a while to make a decision, but once they make a decision, they act quickly. So this is who we have that is dealing with a tower here today in your life, Cancers. You may be somehow involved in this. They may be using you as a sounding board to talk about it, or yeah, you may just be witnessing it. Next up, let's look at Leo. 10 of Pentacles showing up here, Leo. Leos, I think there is suddenly something that happens to you that puts you in a more secure situation, even if it's just temporary. I think what's going on here is actually a big surprise for you. It is a shakeup, it's unexpected. But with that 10 of Pentacles, I'm going to say whatever it is, it's good. It adds to your sense of security and stability. So maybe you actually had a tower situation before. Now you're replacing the old tower with something that is new. That could be. For some of you, you may be finding out that your family is about to expand. All right. So that could mean new baby, new grandbabies, new niece, new nephew. This could mean you're finding out that somebody's getting married. But for some of you, I do feel like this shakeup has to do with the idea of the family expanding. Not for all of you, but there is some kind of really good major surprise happening today. Okay, so that's for Leos. Next up, we're looking at Virgo. Wow, Virgos, you got both heavy hitters here. You got the Tower and you've got the Death card. So major, major transformation. Major, major. So Tower transformation generally is something that happens in our circumstances around us. And the Death card is where we're having some major transformation, but it's starting inside of us. Okay. So, Virgos, I think that you are going through some kind of transformation. I do think that it's inside. And I think that the idea that your perspective, your way of handling things is changing. And I think that as it's changing, you're interacting with the world in a different way. And as you're interacting with the world in a different way, some of those things that used to fit you well no longer fit anymore. And with that Tower card, anything that doesn't fit is being pushed away to make room for those things that do fit you, that do make sense in your life now. Okay? Who was that? Virgo. Really nice, actually. Definitely heavy hitters. This is big, but it's really good energy too. Excuse me. Next up, we're looking at Libra. 3 of Cups coming up in reverse. This Tower card has to do with a relationship. Excuse me for just a second. Okay, I'm back. Had something in my throat. I apologize. So this Tower card has something to do with the relationship, and it has something to do with the relationship that there's somebody who I feel like they've been getting on your nerves for a little while. And so this is going to go one way for some of you and one way for the rest of you. I think we've got about a 50-50 blend here. For some of you, this person's been getting on your nerves long enough and in a big enough way that you're shaking things up in this relationship and you are delivering an ultimatum or you're walking away from the relationship. For others of you, the other person may be shaking up the relationship instead of you, where maybe you've been trying to kind of keep the peace, keep everything, calm and cool. we see that they can be shaking this relationship up. So it's going to go, some of you are going to have one experience, some of you the other. Either way, this annoying person, the relationship with that annoying person is getting shaken up. All right, so let's look at Scorpio. Eight of Pentacles showing up in reverse. Now, this is interesting. This just says that there's something that happens that keeps us from working. So there's some kind of shakeup that keeps us from working. It distracts us from doing our work. We have to focus our attention somewhere else rather than work today. Okay? All right. Ba-ba-da-da, ba-ba-da-da. Sagittarius. Queen of Wands showing up here. Sagittarius, this is really interesting because I feel like you're taking some kind of chaotic energy and you're making it work for you really well. Chaotic, fiery, enthusiastic energy. And you're just making it work. You are bringing about some kind of change with that dragonfly there, definitely. But I think that you're working with this energy, not against this energy, and that's really helping how you feel about the outcome. Capricorn. Star card in reverse. For some of you Capricorns, there may be some kind of health issue that comes up today. I hate to say it, but that's the first thing that shows up for me on this card. For others of you, this is talking about the idea that there's some kind of shakeup that you're not feeling very hopeful that you can conquer or overcome or come out well on the other side. Guess what? You can. You're still going to come out on the other side better. So don't get mired down in that type of thinking. Just because you can't see how right now doesn't mean it won't happen. It will. Aquarius. And no, I am not a candy coater. Just so you know, I don't candy coat my messages. Most of you guys that have been watching me a while, y'all know that. If I did, I certainly wouldn't make a video with this card. For sure, as the overall energy. All right, so looking at Aquarius, King of Wands showing up in reverse. Aquarius, I feel like the tower that shows up here in the overall energy for you, that's because there's somebody in your sphere of influence who's trying to be really bossy and micromanage you and make sure that, they know everything there is to know about you and where you are and what you're doing and how you're doing it and why you're doing it. That doesn't sound like fun. That sounds pretty frustrating. I mean, at some point, you're going to have to stand up for yourself here and just let this person know that, when they move into your body, then they can know all that stuff. Right now, 80% of that is yours to know. All right, anyway, let's move on to Pisces. Pisces. Ten of Cups coming up in reverse. Something is happening today, Pisces, that is making you less than happy. Let's just say that. Major shakeup coming up. Pisces, I'm going to tell you, I feel like you've kind of seen the writing on the wall. So this is not really that much of a surprise for you. But I do think that you were trying to get this turned around before it got to this point today of a major shakeup, and that did not happen. And so I think that you're a little more than disappointed about this situation whenever it shakes up like this. All right. So that's what I've got for everybody today. Heads up, put on your hard hats, your safety belts, make space for other people too, because other people are going through some stuff as well. Be kind, be gentle to yourself, and be kind and be gentle to others today. It's going to be a really good day for that. Now, everybody, please leave some feedback down below. I always love to read it. And of course, share this video with others and put a big thumbs up because you guys are my sponsors and I appreciate it so much. Everybody have a fantastic day. Peace out.